Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Joseph Carroll. I run it under the pen name J.R. Carroll, and today is an exciting video for me. I just received my proof copies for my second novel, More Than A Gunslinger. So I've got to look over them and make sure make sure everything is right. If we need to make any tweaks, we can do that. But for the most part, it's all ready to go. So we are ready to set our release date. And it's been a kind of a whirlwind, if you will. I actually thought I would be doing it a little bit sooner, but there's always, best laid plans. There's always some kind of new issue that pops up. But, if you're in the indie business or the self-published business, you live and you learn, and you get better every time. So, next book that we do, we'll have less and less kinks in it, but we will be releasing next Friday, June 3rd, will be the release date for More Than A Gunslinger. And wanted to show you guys. Another amazing cover from Matthew Allen Bond. Now, with this one thing with Amazon that I'm not a huge fan of, or not a fan at all actually, but with the proof copies, they like to slap their watermark on there, like you're going to be selling proof copies to people when you're trying to figure out if everything looks right. And one thing from the proof copies to the official copies, these always seem to be, they're trying to rush them out to you. So the final product tends to be a little bit sharper image, but I mean it turned out just awesome. We wanted to kind of, make sure that when people, saw the cover, that they knew they were getting a more than human novel. But also, knowing that it's a different style, different type of book, a little bit darker there. They're actually the same size there. But this book is a little bit shorter, about I want to say it's coming in at 270 pages, where the other book was, I want to say it was close to 290 something. So we're sitting at about 20 less pages for this story. But the pacing on the story is I feel like everything is tightened up on this story. But in the first book, we followed Simon, of course, a vampire warrior from the 17th century. So now we've moved up to the 19th century, specifically 1869, and we're following Isabella, and she is the greatest sharpshooter on earth, and she is tracking down a robber baron who is gobbling up all the railroads. And she's going to figure out through her journey that there is more to the world around her than she could have ever imagined. And he's going to find out that she's more than a gunslinger. And hopefully so were you when you purchased the book. A lot of people, a lot of authors that I've talked to, they tend to be very nervous about their second book. You know, and I can imagine why. You know, it's your follow-up novel. I'm actually more excited about this one, less nervous, and I think it's because it's a whole new character. And you know, my writing has gotten a lot cleaner, a lot tighter, and I'm pretty confident. If you like my writing style, if you like that, you know, Jim Butcher type of writing, you're gonna enjoy this book. You know, I just think it's just so much fun. There's some heart in there. A lot of this is the Old West. I drew heavily on tall tales, so if you're familiar with those, you can start kind of having the wheels form in your head of who might show up. And if you're not, then you will be, you'll be introduced to some amazing tall tale characters. But we're going to be doing giveaways for anybody who buys the book in the first week. If you buy the book in the first week and you know, just shoot me a DM. If it's an ebook, you can just show me the ebook cover, or because it's 2-day shipping, and for the paperbacks, the hardcovers sometimes take longer. But you know, if you just hit me up on Twitter and just show me a picture of you with the book, we're going to be sending out bookmarks, posters. We're going to be doing all kinds of crazy stuff, because I mean, without you all, it's just going to be a story sitting up on a shelf or sitting inside of a computer. But we have so much stuff going on, and actually I am about 2.5 chapters away from finishing book 3. Now, I'm not going to reveal exactly what the third book is doing right now, but I'm looking at an October release for that. So I'm trying to get as many of these out as I can. I just keep the writing process going here, and I just there's just been so much going on. I appreciate all the support from the BookTube community. I've made some great friends on here that started off doing interviews and stuff, and now, I mean, we message back and forth. I mean, a lot of us, I mean, we're even joking around with each other in the comment sections of each other's videos. But this book, it kind of took a turn for me, because I've been fortunate enough to have a few good teachers, in my life that kind of helped push me forward when I didn't have a lot of support at home when I was a kid. Could have easily been one of those kids that fell through the cracks, but it always seemed like whenever I needed it, there was a teacher out there, to hold their hand out and kind of pull me up. And with this story, um, you know, pulling so heavily from tall tales, and it's all about history, and I try to really be kind of true, to history, and to the dates and times cities existed, and you know, my prose aren't archaic in nature. A lot of it's more modern, but I do try my best to make sure that the words I use were around the time that the book is supposed to be taking place. Um, and I wanted to give a copy of this to my, my favorite high school teacher. She was my history teacher, and history has always been my favorite subject. That's why some of my favorite booktubers are history teachers in one form or another. But I found out that I was gonna take it, and I was gonna give her a copy, and then I found out that she passed away. So I am going to try and find her, either her, I don't know if her husband is still around, or if I can find one of her children, and I'm going to give them the book, and I just want to read off the dedication that I wrote in here, and it says, to Mary Ann Etzel, or as most simply knew her, Mrs. Etzel. I've had the fortune to have a handful of great teachers, but the greatest amongst them was Mrs. Etzel. She believed in me when there really wasn't much of a reason to. I wasn't a great student. In fact, I was closer to a class clown, but I had an unrivaled love for history. She fostered that, and even took me to a teacher's seminar at a college during the summer, in which I was the only student there. The moment that I will never forget for the rest of my life was when a kid said I wouldn't do anything but sit on the couch my whole life. She looked me in the eyes in front of the whole class, smiled, and said, Joe is going to do something special. Yeah. This one is for you, Mrs. Etzel. I hope I've made you proud. I don't have a huge pool of friends. The friend, I only have a handful of close friends, but that we've all known each other for almost 20 years now. And I just, it's to me, it's just, if I really, if we are friends, it's something special. And whenever I've had people who've made an impact on me, it's just I want to let them know that. But this is going to be super exciting. Number 2 coming out. Now again, this could be could be by itself. You don't have to have read More Than a Vampire to read More Than a Gunslinger and get it and enjoy the book. But if you have read More Than a Vampire, you may have a little bit of inside fun with certain things that go on, or there might even be a cameo here and there. But I appreciate all the support. It means the world to me. you know, like, subscribe, you know, comment if you have any questions. I'm probably going to do a video on Friday for the release. Maybe it'll be a live, I don't know. But if you have any questions about the world, the book, anything in general, I answer every single comment. And go out and buy a copy and let me know how you liked it. And I'll see you